I flew too close to the sun and fell back to earth like a stone. Should've known, should've known, should've known. I got too high on myself, too young and stupid to tell. Should've known, should've known. I was bound to make a man. Stop.
Sammy out of the backcourt with the soft touch, lobs it right over the blockers into the donut hole.
Smart set by Matt Lyles. The Greeks expecting him to go high left side. Just lobs the ball up to Samuelson. And we've seen Samuelson tip the ball around the court a lot more rather than just hitting the ball hard an awful lot. And he's being very successful.
He's so coy with that touch. So coy. Side out for Greece. This is Karamarudis. He's in off the bench. Doesn't exactly have an awesome serve.
Off the head. Anything above the waist is legal.
That's right.
And once again, the United States blocking well. And, you know, we've alluded to during the course of World League how tough the travel is. And it is so difficult. In the United States group, of course, is Greece, Brazil, and several teams around the world, Japan, Russia. They've got to travel all over the place just to compete in World League. And it's very, very tough when you're that traveling team on the first night of competition. The United States just went to Germany for 2 matches, and then instead of coming home in between, they go straight to Brazil to continue the competition.
So a lot of adjustments, not only to time, but to diet, to sleeping conditions, to training regimens. Big adjustment to
Well, the
travel.
last thing you mentioned is maybe the most important to the United States team. Fred Sturm says, hey, we haven't had any time to train. All we're doing is playing matches, and important ones. We haven't had time to make ourselves a better team, to get these new young players in the gym for weeks and months and hours on end to get them individually and collectively better.
And probably this is more evident with a young team than it is an experienced team like Italy that's basically intact from years gone by. Back with the service for Greece is Sakharopoulos. Help it, a little miscue on the USA.
Lyles getting stopped for virtually the first time I can remember so far in this match. And again, a direct result, bad pass by the United States. And the Greeks have made their share of mistakes tonight, but they are still big and they can still block.
They go back to him, but it's out of bounds. Nobody touched it on the block. Point for Greece. United States decides to take a timeout. We'll be back with more in a moment.
The legendary Ginsu knife, the sharpest offer on television. But now there's Ginsu World Class, the finest knife in the world.
Finer than our German knives?
Yes, even finer than our own classic Ginsu. The high-carbon stainless steel blade has incredible strength. Even with abuse like this, it still never needs sharpening. Nothing cuts it like the Ginsu World Class. It's as simple as that. Even with its unique triple ground curved blade, it's yours for only $29.95. Complete with this double guarantee. Plus, these steak knives and accessory knives free. Order yours now.
For rush delivery, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-522-5333 or send $29.95 plus $5.95 shipping to Ginsu World Class, P.O. Box 4943, Department P, Omaha, Nebraska.
Many people take everyday items for granted. Take the matchbook, for example. This popular item was invented in 1892 by Joshua Pusey of Pennsylvania. Many products are created or improved by the innovations of individuals. Ideas and inventions come from people in all walks of life. We believe these individuals, like you, are a great source of creativity. If you have an idea, invention, or new product you'd like to submit to industry, Invention Submission Corporation has a free inventor's kit to help you get started. The kit contains a form for recording and dating your invention, an information brochure, and other materials of interest to inventors. Invention Submission Corporation is one of America's largest invention service companies. We can show you how your invention can be packaged and submitted to industry. So call ISC now for your free inventor's kit.
For your free inventor's kit, call 1-800-522-5333. The call is free, and so is the information.
Welcome back to Kansas City. This is Sakharopoulos with the serve. Greece has been on a roll. It is 7 serving 13. And Sammy gets the job done, side out for the United States.
Boy, Monument Valley defense right here. You know, the Greeks doing a nice job there of slowing Samuelson down, but nobody going after the ball. And here's somebody who will always get after the ball if it's anywhere in the building. Eric Sato in the backcourt to play some defense.
Listen to the crowd. They're just roaring for him, and there's why. Ouch! It's an ace. Greece caught flat-footed. They could barely look at that ball.
How tough is that to do? You come right in off the bench, stone cold. Eric Sato comes in and rips the ace.
Game point, 14 serving 7. Oh, nobody's able to handle the pass. Sato and Briseño can't send it back. So Greece escapes death, and they get a chance to put some points on the board.
And Cor Moritas talking some trash to Bob Samuelson, down 14-7. Not a smart thing to do.
No, no. Do you think Sammy understood him?
Hey, when somebody waves their fist in your face, you understand.
It's international?
Yeah,
All
there
right.
is no language barrier.
Game point again. Samuelson serving. Oh, the miscue at the net. Pavlos Kamarutis gets stuffed. The USA wins game 1.
The BBC, Turner Broadcasting, and Time Life Video dare you to take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life. The gripping, award-winning nature video series that exposes the struggle to survive through uncensored, shocking photography. Join acclaimed naturalist David Attenborough for a close encounter with raw nature. See the thrill of the hunt and the strategy of the kill, the relentless drive to continue the bloodline, and the miracle of birth. Call now and receive Hunting and Escaping for $9.99 and see why the law of the jungle is kill or be killed. If it captures your interest, you can get other videos about every other month. Each tape explores the harsh realities of survival in the animal world. Take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life. Call now to order Hunting and Escaping and find out why we call them animals.
To order your Trials of Life, call 1-800-522-5333 or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to the address shown on your screen.
The greatest names in golf tour the continent's most challenging courses, testing their skills on legendary layouts. The European PGA Golf Tour.
Highlights from the Irish Open on Prime.
Bob Samuelson instrumental in the USA's victory in game 1, 15-7.
This rally right here, a good example of why the United States won game 1 and did so easily. Greece unable to pass the ball well and then getting stuffed. Brian Ivey, Bob Samuelson, Tom Sorensen doing the damage.
Bob Samuelson spoke with us earlier about his growing popularity. He shared with us his champion thoughts.
People recognize me a lot more because of the head. Some people mistake me for a swimmer. Other people recognize me from being from the volleyball team. But I think because we got so much exposure during the Olympics that I am recognized a lot more when I'm just out in public than I used to be. So I think that's a pretty positive thing, getting volleyball more in the public eye. I think we're just trying to gain some continuity, trying to get some experience with some of the younger guys, and hopefully just get a lot of confidence gearing up for the end of the year and going into the next year. You know, there's the beginning of a quadrennium, and 96 is our ultimate goal. But you got to start building for that now. So that's what we're trying to do.
In game number 1, the United States really had their act together. Statistically, they clobbered Greece.
Served extremely well. That led to outblocking Greece 6-2. Look at the offensive numbers, 25 kills to only 14. Sure, the United States had 7 errors, but you'll take that in conjunction with 4 aces anytime.
Greenbaum back with the service. Wow, that was a miscue starting with the bad passing, and Sorensen tried, or Lyles rather, tried to make something out of it, but couldn't. Good back set to Ivy. USA's ready to cover the block.
4 contacts. Good block right out of the start of this game by Greece, and that's where they have to establish. If Greece is going to become an international power, they need to play at this level of competition, which they have not done for over 20 years. They've got to commit themselves to getting better and use their natural abilities and their size, become a big-time hitting and blocking team.
Well, one of the first things they did to try to turn their program around was hire a very respected coach. Unfortunately, Herrera couldn't get into the country because of his Cuban visa situation, but he probably single-handedly was responsible for bringing some oomph to Greece's offense and some strategy to the defense.
Well, everything starts with leadership, and I think Delgado Herrera will do an outstanding job. He built the Cuban men's program almost single-handedly, led them to a bronze medal in 1976. And then he disappeared for a little while and went to coach the Spanish national team for a number of years. In 1992, Spain was very, very good, faced the United States team and almost beat the United States. The United States with plays exactly like this. It was their blocking down the stretch against Spain, as they've started out well here, against Greece, that carried the United States to a slim victory over Spain. And during the Olympics, the Greek Federation went to Mr. Herrera and said, hey, things aren't so bad in Athens. How would $300,000 and a nice house and a place in the Mediterranean do? And he said, hey, let's go. And so he's now coaching in Greece.
That's interesting. That's the figure that he's receiving in, $300,000, a house, and it's good money in the volleyball world. Of course, this is the $3 million World League, and volleyball is certainly growing in popularity and growing in its economics. Side out for the United States. Tom Sorensen very much a factor in this match against Greece, and he's one of the young ones, part of the future of the USA program. Brian Ivey, the veteran.
Sorensen once again on the outside, 6'6", and Tom Sorensen doesn't come from Hermosa Beach, doesn't come from Manhattan Beach, doesn't come from Santa Barbara, comes from Wisconsin. Unusual, but really, really a top player, and I think he's got a bright future for the United States and proving it here against Greece.
Well, a lot of people underestimate the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. Volleyball is very, very popular, and I think we're going to see more talent from that region in the USA. We'll be back.
All right, all ears, all eyes, all here for all the 28 seconds. If you think all sports networks are all the same, you're all wrong. All along, Prime Network has brought you the All-Stars and the All-Americans. I mean guys on all fours and all-out boards. Not to mention the all-around greatest athletes in all the world. All told, everything short of the Almighty himself. If you're looking for the all-round, all-world at all-cost coverage from a sports network, all you need to know is you found it. All day and all night, all right here on Prime. All in all, that's all.
7 no-hitters, 300 wins, over 5,000 strikeouts, and one of the most feared pitchers in baseball history. Now we're honoring Nolan Ryan's farewell season in the Legends Gold Stamp Series. These official 23-karat gold stamps can be yours in this special TV offer. These stamps are handsomely displayed in a special collector's presentation wallet and come with a free first-day cover with a paper stamp canceled on the first day of issue, along with its own numbered certificate of authenticity. You get the Nolan Ryan gold stamp, the presentation wallet, and the free baseball collector's card for only $39.95. Any baseball fan will want to remember the legend of Nolan Ryan. Here's how to order.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-352-2121 to receive your set of Nolan Ryan stamps. Or send $39.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to P.O. Box 4943-P, Omaha, Nebraska. Or call toll-free now, 1-800-352-2121.
Carlos Briseño with the service for the United States, and USA in control in game 2, 5-1. If you're just joining us, USA took game number 1, 15-7. This is game number 2 in a best-of-5 match.
We just saw Carlos Briseño. He has been out for a number of weeks rehabilitating a knee injury. Nick Becker, who's been starting in an outside hitting position, has an injured shoulder. He's missed some time. Brett Hilliard, who was All-American and NCAA Player of the Year a couple of years ago at Cal State Long Beach, is out now. He has severe tendonitis in the knee. So not only is the United States faced with a rebuilding project, but some of the building blocks of the team of the future are on the sidelines right now with injuries. What the United States has got to do is continue to improve individually and as a group and get everybody healthy. Then they'll be back on track.
Net violation called against the U.S. This is 2 serving 5 now. You're looking at Giordis with the service. And Sammy's been talking to the refs an awful lot. At the beginning of the telecast, we said since D'Souza was officiating and he gave him a brutal yellow card in the Olympic Games that cost him the match, we thought he might be on good behavior.
Well, he is. This is good for Sammy.
So far, no yellow cards, you're right.
This is fine. This is fine. And, you know, I think that the officialdom of volleyball has got to let personalities like Bob Samuelson come out a little bit more. You know, this is the MTV age. You know, I mean, let's have the personalities of the players come to the fore. Don't be abusive. Don't be disrespectful to the opposition. But let's have a little in your face. It's good for the game, and the spectators love it, and so do we.
Oh, well, I like your idea of letting them talk trash at the net. Might put a little oomph in it.
Well, it's the same thing in every other sport. If you can back it up, then that's fine. If you're just talking trash, then you'll pay for it.
I was just looking back over my notes. Samuelson's had a yellow card in every World League match that we've televised. But so far, so good.
Well, no reds. Like I said, he's on his best behavior.
There's Sammy down the line.
We've talked over and over again, where do back row hitters out of the right side corridor like to go? Down the line, and time and again we see blockers not making that adjustment. This time Samuelson successful down the line.
Uh-oh, the USA is arguing. Whoa, Sammy. Not one to mince words with the official.
What did he say? Can you say that on television? No, he said you suck. That's okay then. That's okay.
Oh, there's a yellow card.
Yeah, that's only worth a yellow. Ball was blocked by the United States. Everybody on the USA celebrating the play, and the referee overrules the linesman and called it out of bounds, and Sammy just went up and had a little visit. He said, "You suck, excuse me very much, and here's your yellow card."
Briseño gets it blocked back. The USA defense can't retrieve it. Side out for Greece.
See, that's the one thing the United States has to do. When Samuelson, or anybody else for that matter, gets a yellow card, they've got to build off of that, not let it distract them, and come out even tougher. You know, the United States has always been a very competitive, emotional team. Part of their natural makeup. You got to use it.
That was a great cut. Unfortunately, it was out of bounds for Greece. The United States picks up a point. Greenbaum still serving. USA leads by 3. This is game 2. Great shoot set across the net. Beautifully handled by Sakharopoulos, who goes right over the defense, finds the ground.
United States, as soon as their ball control starts to break down, any team they have played throughout the course of this World League season has been able to take advantage. You got to pass the ball well, not in game 1, but for about 2.5 hours or however long it takes to win.
Briseño's hit would have been out of bounds, but it went off the block, so it's side out for the USA. Brian Ivey serving.
Ivey jump serving much, much more, but now staying down with the floater. Getting good results. You know, I was going to say how much I was pleased that he was jump serving more and more. So he stays down with the floater, taking a little rest here in game 2, and gets the service winner in spite of it.
This floater is good. Through the block, and Greece sides out.
Greece, like Italy, Spain, France, has a very highly paid professional league in their country. Italy obviously pays the most money. If you're not familiar with the Italian professional league, the top players making in excess of $1 million a year.
Wow.
But the top players in Greece will make $200,000 to $400,000 a year. So they've made a real commitment to building the sport domestically.
Which brings me to the United States. What are the dollars here?
Significantly less. Brian Ivey, Bob Samuelson are both under long-term contracts to the United States team. They're the 2 highest paid players, probably making a little bit over $100,000. That's the real problem. All of the top American players, all the top players from the Netherlands and Brazil all want to go to Italy, all want to go to France, Greece, Spain, etc. to make those huge dollars. The challenge for the national programs all over the world is to keep their teams at home. And that's one of the objectives of the World League. That's a 3-meter line violation by Carlos Briseño. He's a back row attacker here and clearly took off in front of the 3-meter line. Anybody can hit the ball out of the back row as long as you take off behind the 3-meter line.
The overpass once again hurts the USA.
Briseño having some problems again, seeing his first match action in a long, long time. Played a little bit on the last road trip to Germany and Brazil, but not in a real confident rhythm right now passing the ball. Well, that is a great hit out of the back row by Brian Ivey. We talked a little bit about the different lineup that they have on the court. Ivey and Samuelson in the middle and Tom Sorensen. I think it gives the United States quite a bit more firepower.
Hey, the United States needed that hit by Ivey because Greece has worked themselves right back into this match. Let's see what Sammy can do with the jump service. He serves it out of bounds.
But, you know, Bob Samuelson talked about in his champion moment about, you know, the inexperience of this team and developing along with and growing along with a partially new coaching staff except for Fred Sturm. They've got to gain some confidence. They've got to get some consistency and play better and better each and every match. And right now they're not doing that. They played very well in game one, blocked and served very well. Greece has made a few adjustments. Fred Sturm, Rod Wild, Rudy Sora coming back with some adjustments of their own, but the United States not playing consistently well against an inferior opponent.
A free ball by the U.S. We didn't see many of those in game one, and it always results in that situation. When you give it free, they can really put down the defense, finding them flat-footed.
Greece has gotten back in this match because the United States is not passing the ball well. They're not running their offense. When was the last time you saw a quick set from the United States? You haven't seen it this game.
The service went out, so Greenbaum goes back to serve for the USA. Let's see if the passing can improve. This was off the block. Briseño is hoping that it went off the block.
Point scoring chance for the United States. Greenbaum in good location. Briseño again just maybe still shaking a little of the rust of this long layoff because of the knee injury and hitting that ball out.
And Sorensen once again the offensive factor for the USA as Brian Ivey goes behind the line to put some points on for the US.
Get on these guys.
Little miscue by the Greek offense, point USA.
Not a good sign when all 6 Greek players stand around looking at one another.
Saying, you take it, you take it.
Not a lot of communication on that particular play.
Long service and mistakes like that are resulting in Greece staying in this match.
The United States, you have to capitalize. You have to see when a team is you know, a little bit disheartened after a fumbled play like that. You've got to come right back and step on it.
Samaras serves it wide. It'll be side out. Neither team putting any points up recently. Let's see what Briseño does with his service. Nice block by the U.S. They try going behind Sammy with the solo block, but it goes out of bounds.
You know, once again, everybody's very familiar with Brian Ivey and Bob Samuelson, but they were really part of a much more mature group in Barcelona. They had Steve Timmons, Bob Stavertlik, Jeff Stork, Doug Partee to really tell them what to do, where to go. And now these younger players have to take the leadership role on this evolving team.
And leadership is going to have to rear its head very soon because Greece is very much in this game. It was 8 serving 9. Sammy puts it down, but the United States can't seem to keep things rolling, keep it going.
Well, the last thing you want to do against a team like Greece, who's just their first year in the World League, just, as they say, glad to be here. Don't give them the thought that they can possibly win. And right now they're starting to make some good plays. The United States not playing like they did in game 1.
Well, in this particular game, they're really building Greece's confidence.
Now, look at this. Greece looks like a good volleyball team here. They're serving tougher.
Right.
They're playing good defense. They look like a high-level volleyball team right now. And they're probably playing 20% better than they did in game 1. But the United States is playing 50% lower-level volleyball than they did in game 1.
Samuelson had the fake, Lyles had the spike. It's a side out for the USA. but let's see if they can get something going here. It's 9 serving 8. The USA has now put together a string of points.
And Bob Samuelson not in jump serving posture. Duncan Blackman into the match. We've seen him play very, very well, and he is a good jump server. Surprised that Samuelson, like Brian Ivey, are not using the aggressive jump serve here in game 2.
Quick set surprises the USA D side out. Sammy puts the hammer down, but Greece is able to save it. Oh, bad pass.
Well, the United States is just standing around here waiting for other people to make the play. Easy free ball. Brian Ivey does the right thing. Open up to the ball, get out of the way. He doesn't want to have to pass it. He wants to be the attacker, and everybody else is saved by Duncan Blackman, who comes into your view diving after the ball.
Matrudas with the block, but it's a dink, and Sammy can't get to it. Side out Greece.
That's a smart play. Really a wide open area of the court, and Matrudas just going softly to the open left front corridor.
Sammy from the right side gets it blocked back, but it goes out of bounds. Side out USA. Off the block, they can't pass it back over. Point USA. We'll be back with more of game number 2. Don't go away from Kansas City, Missouri.
Attention women golfers, your best game yet is about to happen, guaranteed. How? Through the expert instruction you'll find in the pages of Golf for Women magazine. It's jam-packed with easy-to-follow tips and techniques that will help you perfect your backswing, fine-tune your putting, even explode out of the bunker in a single shot. Plus, each issue keeps you up to date on equipment, travel, fashion, and more. In fact, Golf for Women magazine has been so successful at helping millions of women get the most out of golf that we offer this unconditional lifetime guarantee. If Golf for Women magazine doesn't cut strokes off your game, improve your swing knowledge and enjoyment of golf, we'll refund the full subscription price you paid at any time. And if you order now, you'll get 2 full years for the price of 1. That's 2 years for just $12.97 plus $3 postage and handling. Order today for yourself or a friend. It's like having your own personal golf pro at your side. Call now, 1-800-522-5333.
Welcome back to our continuing coverage of game number 2 between the USA and Greece. The kills in the match are a little closer than they should be. We identified one of the problems that the USA has, and that's inconsistent passing. What can they do about these momentum shifts? They go into these major league slumps.
Well, I think it's 2 things. One, it's inexperience. And there still needs to be a real leader or 2 to emerge so that this team can concentrate itself through very bad spells. You're never going to play perfectly throughout the course of a match. But what you don't want to do is when you do hit a little dip, you don't want it to bring everybody down and let a team like Greece back into a match that the United States should be controlling. Okay, you hit a bad spell, boom, we're out of it. Give me the ball, set me, I'll do this, I'll do that, and then you raise the level of the team back up. But that just comes with time.
You got kind of hurt, Teddy.
Well, Samuelson and Ivey are going to have to shoulder that responsibility. They're the seasoned veterans in this World League. But they can't be all of it. I think you're right. More of the players have to step forward and say, I'm your man.
Well, this is going to be the Olympic team. You have to demand of yourself every day in practice, every match you go out and play for the United States, that you're going to play as hard as you possibly can. There's a great group of young players coming up, and there's no guarantee, save for the likes of Samuelson and Brian Ivey, that any of these players are going to make the team. They're going to have to prove themselves over and over again to the coaching staff between now and the Olympics.
Greece still within 2 points. Duncan Blackman hits it into the block, but it comes back against the antenna, which means it's out. Side out USA. Ouch, that's a great serve by Duncan Blackman. Good pass. Outside hit goes right into the block, and the USA puts it down. Samuelson in on it at the net.
Thank goodness the United States has been blocking well at key times throughout the course of this match tonight.
12 serving 9. Oh, another howitzer.
Oh, that is a sweet
that was pretty.
side-out play. Howitzer answered by bazooka out of the middle.
Now let's see what the USA does about momentum here.
You're getting your answer right there. A sloppy play answered by another sloppy play by the Greeks. Ivy, Bob Samuelson coming to the rescue. I think the United States overall, from what I have seen, needs to play with more intensity on each and every play. This is a young team. You know, these are not a bunch of established stars who are, you know, going through the motions. Another competition that they should easily win. This is a new young team that should be very excited about playing every time they go out on the court.
Giordis back to serve. He jump serves it. Back to Sammy. Block sends it out of bounds. Side out.
Bob Samuelson again drilling the ball down the line. That's where his favorite area is, to attack from the right side, and teams continually don't make that adjustment in front of him.
Sammy goes cross court. Giordis handles it. Down the line. No luck for the USA. Side out.
That ball is so difficult to dig because it's traveling the shortest distance. Look at this straight line, spiker to defender. They're only about 25 feet apart, whereas if you force the hitter cross court, the ball travels a much greater distance. The defense has much more time to adjust.
And fractions of seconds means so much in volleyball.
Oh, you've got about 100th of a second. It's like a batter standing in the box against a fastball. You've got that little time to adjust defensively.
Duncan into the block. Duncan again.
Blackman continues to show consistent energy and bringing something positive off the bench when he has come in. We know about his jump serve, but he's hitting the ball well, playing good defense.
I love that name, Duncan Blackman. Back to Bob Samuelson. The block comes back in the USA.
Good adjustment by Greece. This time the outside blocker reaching way out onto the line. Samaras just sticking his big left paw out on the lawn, denying Bob Samuelson his favorite shot.
Back set goes down the line. Greece can't handle it. Side out USA. Yeah, we've talked about the youth of this team. I think nobody experiences it more than the setter, who has to do all the communicating out there in terms of setting up that offense. What an adjustment he's had to make to all of these lineups that Fred Sturm's thrown at him.
He was a backup setter to Jeff Stork in 1992. Knew he wasn't going to get much playing time. But now Greenbaum is the quarterback, and it makes life very difficult when the passing is not consistent. You're just sort of in a salvage mode every time,
yes,
instead of really trying to break down the defense.
Once again, Greece building momentum. Good defense. Oh, lucky shot. Smart shot on the line. Point for Greece.
Sakharopoulos, 6'8", out of the middle, just dicing and slicing the ball around. A score, and Greece indeed back in the match.
The United States Volleyball Association is an organization serving the volleyball community. The USVBA conducts programs for participants, coaches, and officials ranging from youth volleyball for ages 7 to 12 to junior Olympic volleyball competitions for boys and girls ages 13 to 18, to open and age division competitions for men and women conducted by 33 USVBA regions, To become involved in this exciting lifetime sport, call the USVBA at 719-637-8300. Their success depends upon your support. America succeeds because Americans care. In the course of 1992, our USA teams compete in Russia, Switzerland, Japan, Cuba, China, and in Barcelona, Spain. Your contribution goes a long way toward making the difference. Please support Volleyball America. Mail your contribution today. With your help, we can rise above the rest.
Get fired up, get hot, get high.
Now, summer's taking off to a real hot spot where the silver bullet pours. We're ready to soar. Hot sun above and hot fun under.
With cold good light, yeah, we're hot for summer.
It's the ultimate Coors Light Summer Beer Barbecue. You could win enough travel credit to fly you and your friends to any hot spot in the world. So grab the one that's silver bullet smooth at this display and get cooking with Coors Light, the right beer now.
Cold good light, yeah, we're hot for summer.
Welcome back. Greece very much on the move, now within 2 points of the United States in game 2. Remember, 15 is the game. It's 11 serving 13. Block sends it out of place, side out USA.
Once again, where does Dan Greenbaum go to restore order? Brian Ivy from the right side or out of the middle, and of course Bob Samuelson out of the backcourt, really relying on those two big hitters to get the United States out of trouble.
Block goes out of bounds, side out Greece. And even though Brian Ivy restored order, the United States couldn't put a couple of things together. Greece once again with an opportunity to put points on the board.
Good jump server coming. United States has got to pass the ball well.
Sorensen right through the block, side out USA. Now let's see if they can put some points on the board.
Now the right man at the service line, Duncan Blackman, will jump serve this ball as hard as he can. Well, it seems the harder he serves it, the harder it comes back. But, you know, hand it to the Greeks. Give them some credit. They really raise their level of intensity and concentration when the good American servers are back at the line.
Greece ready for Sammy's quick hit. This time the block goes too far. United States gets a side out.
That's a great play by Matt Lyles. Saves Samuelson first on the cover, then quickly to his feet, recovers from that position, and then nice attack and use of the block.
Solo block out of bounds, side out Greece. Down the line, the flying block. You could just see the guy's hang time up there. That was Angelidis, and he was up at one point, tried stretching to the left, saw the hit was going down the line and couldn't get there.
One of the cardinal rules in blocking, get outside, work your way back inside. Don't chase to the outside. You're just going to block the ball out of the court.
Sammy from behind the 3-meter line gets a point for the United States. It's now 14 serving 11, and we're looking at game point. Took the USA a long time to get to this junction. Adjusting at the net. And it's Lyles doing the job for the USA as they take game number 2.
Bob Samuelson serving the ball tough. The United States playing better defense, particularly towards the end of this game. Nice dig in the back court, and then Matt Lyles here jousting at the net will eventually get a free swing. Brian Ivy setting the ball very, very well. He's got good hands, and Lyles going hard and low cross-court angle.
That was hard. That was so fast. Even in slow motion, it was quick. USA's up 2-love.
Where the hype ends, the real story of sports begins.
I took the growth hormone. It may cost me my life.
Now Time Life Video brings you blood, sweat, and glory. A heart-pumping look inside the minds of the athletes who live and die to win.
Your first video, for the thrill of it, takes you on a bone-rattling run down skiing's most dangerous downhill course and into thin air with those who live to cheat death one last time. Other videos give you an insider's look at sport's greatest moments and show you the fine line that separates competition from all-out warfare. Call this toll-free number now to order For the Thrill of It for just $9.99. Other videos will arrive at the regular price, but there's no commitment to buy.
I am the greatest.
Call now.
Call 1-800-352-2121 or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Blood, Sweat, and Glory, Grand Central Station, P.O. Box 5294, Department B-471, New York, New York, 10163.
Bowling's best team up for the ABC National Team Challenge. The game's top talent from across the country roll for regional wins and a berth in the finals. The ABC National Team Challenge, a new stop every month on Prime.
The United States in a sloppy game defeats Greece 15-11 as Greece steadily improves in this match. Taking a look at the numbers for Game 2.
United States is winning in this match 2-0 because of the blocking, 11/5. Very, very good. Best blocking performance for the United States. And 5 aces. They've been jump serving, keeping Greece, for the most part, out of their offensive rhythm, although the Greeks played extremely well through much of Game 2. The United States, I think, fortunate to pull out the victory.
Sammy with the paintbrush to the center, side out USA. Let's see if Brian Ivy does the jump serve this time. He's been floating it for most of the match and sticks with that technique. It's about as free as they come. Greenbaum sets it to the outside. Duncan Blackman hits it off the block. Net violation, though, USA.
Boy, that is an ugly play from the beginning. The Greeks break down offensively, give the United States an entirely duty-free ball. I mean, easy chance, and Duncan Blackman just whisked the ball down the line out of bounds.
Duncan Blackman nails it off the block. The floor shook on that one. Side out USA.
Redeeming himself there, but when you have a point-scoring opportunity, you got to be hungry for those. Against good teams, they're very difficult to come by, and you got to step it up a little bit when you're swinging for a point.
Greece tries a soft touch. USA is ready. Out of the back court, Greece is ready again. Double block is good. Samuelson getting his hands on it.
12th stuff block now for the United States. That's been the key to the match. Whenever they have been in trouble, they've blocked key balls to keep themselves going, at least in terms of some momentum.
Net on the service. In volleyball, the ball is not allowed to touch the net. There's no such thing as a let like there is in tennis. Out of the middle, they rely on Tom Sorensen.
We saw Tom Sorensen hitting mostly on the left, right side, front row, and out of the back row, showing you his versatility and what he brings to the United States team. Middle blocked at Pepperdine, doing that here, hitting out of the middle quickly.
A nice free one for the U.S. And they hammer it up hard as Sorensen gets a point.
You know, it seems almost like Greece has accomplished what they set out to do. They were competitive in Game 2. Now they've gone completely flat here again, where they should just, look at this, not going after the ball, not communicating, not hustling. It's like they played well for a little while, and now they've stopped once again.
But
Really,
I think the USA got their act together, too. We've seen 2 jump servers back-to-back, so Greece has been hammered a little bit offensively. And the USA looks a little sharper offensively so far.
They're serving tough, blocking better.
Joust. Whistle net against the U.S.
Dan Greenbaum up top in the jump ball situation, jousting for possession. When he pushed, it looked as if he just brushed the net low side with his knee pad. Probably didn't even feel it.
Now the USA can't get rattled by that. Let's see how they answer back. Good hustle, good hustle. Greenbaum hits it. Nice job.
Duncan Blackman, Matt Lyles doing great work helping one another out. Look at Duncan Blackman. When your teammate is hitting the ball, you got to be ready to cover, anticipating, and just committed to getting after the ball. That's a nice play.
That was a nice off-speed play by Greece. Very heads-up thinking. Unique set, good placement by the hitter. Side out Greece. Greece responding with their own jump server. USA handles the pass in the form of Bob Samuelson. He also hits it. Greenbaum goes back outside. Down the line by Matt Lyles, off the block, side out USA.
Duncan Blackman has had a very positive effect on the team. Matt Lyles got off to a very good start, his best start in World League. Hit a little down spell in Game 2, but coming out strong in Game 3.
Great blocking by the USA. Brian Ivey like a tower against the Greek offense. Point, USA is now up 4-0. Whoa, a little too much angle on that. Point for the United States. USA very much in control in game number 3 after winning games 1 and 2. We'll be back.
It's tough being a fan when your team isn't the home team, especially when I try to find coverage of my favorite team in the local paper. I'm lucky if I can find last week's score. But if you're like me, you'll be happy to know there's one publication that'll make you feel right at home. The Sporting News. You'll love the Sporting News, no matter what team you love, even if it is the home team.
Call this number now and get 4 issues of the Sporting News free. You'll get opinions and analysis, team-by-team reports, and coverage of all the college conferences, plus baseball, basketball, and hockey all year long. Call now and you'll get 4 free issues of the Sporting News. If you like them, you'll get 24 more issues at this great TV price. If not, just mark the bill, cancel, and owe nothing. The 4 issues are yours to keep.
So call now for the Sporting News, the publication that treats every team like the home team.
Call now and you'll get 4 great issues of the Sporting News free.
Call 1-800-522-5333.
Get on the fast track with the best in racing. NASCAR, Indy, NHRA, World Grand Prix, EMA Superbike, Motocross, USAC, Winston Cup, SCCA, Modified, Worlds of Outlaws, Formula One, highlight, preview, and review shows. All this and more on the fast track to excitement, right here on Prime.
Welcome back. We are in Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, Missouri. United States against Greece in World League volleyball action. I'm Leandra Riley along with Paul Sunderland. The United States winning game 1 and 2, 15-7, 15-11. And now we're in game number 3 where the United States is dominating 6-0. Matt Lyles serving for the U.S.
The United States has played better defense, their intensity is better, and for the most part they have blocked much better at the beginning of the match in game 1 to really set the tone, and very well here at the beginning of game 3.
Theodoridis serving for Greece. You just saw Angelidis coming in off the bench for Greece. He's at the net, number 4. And here he is setting it over free. Let's see what the USA can do with it. Greenbaum, Ivy with the fake. Out of the back court at Sorensen. USA blocking, really doing the job tonight.
We've talked an awful lot about Brian Ivy out of the middle and Bob Samuelson, but it's the job of the outside blockers here. Duncan Blackman, you got Dan Greenbaum blocking middle here. That is perfect, perfect form on the 3-man block. Nowhere to go for Greece.
Greenbaum brings it back into play. Sammy, what a great move by those two. Greenbaum rescuing a ball, and Sammy getting the point. United States leads 7-0, and the official is talking with Thanasis Moustakis and gives him the yellow card.
Showing that Bob Samuelson does not have an exclusive on the yellow card. He's not the only player in the world to get yellow cards.
And why was the USA not there? What happened? That was pretty routine.
Just not reacting defensively. Usually what happens when the cross-court corridor is that wide open, the middle blocker has closed much too far to the outside. The defense really not sure where to adjust to.
You'd think that yellow card was on the USA, the way they reacted. Brian Ivy back with the service. Let's see if they can shake off their miscue. 7-0, game number 3. Good serve.
Yeah, Brian Ivy, you know, I've said that I think Ivy should serve the jumper a lot more often. And I mentioned that to Fred Sturm. He says, Paul, you would be surprised day in, day out how effective his floater is. It's very, very tough.
Wow, look at
and
that.
obviously, the Greeks would much prefer that Brian Ivy be jump serving.
Well, it must be tricky to handle because he's notched up a lot of points staying on the ground.
Well, Brian Ivy's 6'7". Trajectory is very important. He's hitting it flat to the net. And the float serve is just like a knuckleball. Get it up in the wind currents, and that ball can change direction 4 or 5 times on its way to the receiver.
And that goes through the block, relying on the powerful arm of Brian Ivy. Goes from service to hitter. Point USA. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
The United States Volleyball Association is an organization serving the volleyball community. The USVVA conducts programs for participants, coaches, and officials ranging from youth volleyball for ages 7 to 12 to junior Olympic volleyball competitions for boys and girls ages 13 to 18 to open and age division competitions for men and women conducted by 33 USVVA regions. To become involved in this exciting lifetime sport, call the USVVA at 719-637-8300.
Get fired up, get hot, get hot. Now, summer's taking off to a real hot spot where the silver bullet pours. We're ready to soar. Hot sun above and hot fun under.
With cold Coors Light, yeah, we're hot for summer.
It's the ultimate Coors Light Summer Beer-B-Q. You could win enough travel credit to fly you and your friends to any hot spot in the world. So grab the one that's silver bullet smooth at this display and get cooking with Coors Light, the right beer now.
Cold Coors Light, yeah, we're hot for summer.
Brian Ivy, the server for the United States, has notched 3 consecutive points to put the USA up 10-zip, staying on the ground with a very effective serve. Let's see if he can pick up his 4th straight point. Well, the service didn't do it. The hit goes out of bounds. Another point for Ivy, 11-0 USA. Greece yet to score a point in this game.
They've stopped passing the ball. They played very well in game 2, but have not built off of that. And the United States come out and established right away that they were not going to allow Greece to get started, block the ball well. They don't score here, but the United States has played some of its best World League volleyball at the beginning of game 3 here tonight.
Well, Sakharopoulos, who just got the side out for Greece, has been relatively quiet. Let's see if they can put some points on the board now. It's blocked back at him, but it goes out of bounds. Point for Greece. Finally, they light up the board. Another point for Greece as the hit goes long, and Greece has put a couple of things together here. Certainly no cause for concern just yet. It's only 2 serving 11. Duncan Blackman goes to the outside, side out USA.
Quick arm swing from Duncan Blackman. He shows it to us when he jump serves and also hitting from both the right and left side.
Service is long, side out. 2 serving 11. Ooh, the diving pass. USA has to send it over free.
A combination play and the score for Greece. You know, one of the trademarks for the United States in the past was maybe give up 1 point never 2 in a row. And now 3 out of 4 serve receptions make it now 3 out of 5. The United States has given up points. They have to find the ability mentally to dig in, just stop teams cold.
The Sato scream as Eric Sato steps into the match. Backcourt specialist, serve specialist. Right into the block. USA gets a quick point thanks to Eric Sato.
Good blocking again by the United States. Best blocking performance by the United States so far in their home World League season for 1993. Have served better and as a result had many more clean blocking opportunities.
Sammy's block sends it out of bounds, side out for Greece. 3 serving 12 is the score in game 3. Soft touch doesn't fool the Greek defenders. This comes off the block. Greenbaum has to hustle. Sammy goes down the line. It's blocked back at him, out of bounds, side out USA. Oh, rolled down the net.
I've never understood why when that happens in tennis, you know, people lift up their racket and say, I'm sorry. They're not sorry. The ball went down.
Right.
I mean, nobody ever does that in volleyball. Usually you growl at them and say, "Arr, take that."
Uh-huh. And now it looks like we're going to be siding out here as nobody seems to want to put points on the board. Off the block, Angelidis gets the side out for Greece.
Duncan Blackman, you know, he has had a positive impact each and every time he's come into a match during the World League season. When he's been called upon to play the back court or to come in and play all the way around, he's been very, very good.
Tom Sorensen back in the match. Eric Sato is out. Dan Greenbaum back with the service. Another side out. Now defensively, what should the USA have done there?
Well, they did everything pretty well. I mean, the Greeks, let's give them some credit. Good offensive execution. You know, statistically, when you receive 100 serves, you're going to side out, put the ball away 75, 80% of the time, no matter what the defense does, if you're playing at a high level offensively. So right now, Greece just getting into a pretty good rhythm in terms of their side-out game, passing the ball pretty well. It's just coming too late. That is a play, however, that the United States should make. When you see an offensive player from the opposition come out with his left hand, hey, this guy's right-handed. The left hand is out. You know he's not going to hit the ball hard. You've got to charge defensively. Somebody's got to get there to make the defensive stop.
And another side out, thanks to Samuelson's prowess at the net. Blackman back to serve. Like Sato, he jump serves. This is incredible. Nobody could put points up.
Got to get back to your fundamentals when you stop blocking the ball well. Right now, the United States figures this match is over. They're up 12-3. Greece has not played well in this particular game. They'll make enough mistakes, but get back to your blocking fundamentals. Lead with your hands. Brian Ivey's saying exactly that. He's fed up with it right now. He says, look, let's get over the net. Let's stuff these guys. Let's go have some dinner.
And the service touches the net. Side out for Greece. Karamarudis will serve. Again, this side out for the USA as Matt Lyles meets no defense whatsoever.
For a team the size of Greece, they have not done a good job throughout the course of the evening blocking balls. They've got maybe 4, 5, 6 stuff blocks at the most all evening long, and that's not a good job by a team of this size.
3 guys are 6'8" for Greece. 1 fellow is 6'9". The rest are 6'7", 6'6", with the exception of their setter, who is 6'1". So they are a very tall team. they're just not throwing up the blocks.
Right, in today's world of international volleyball, that's about the normal size lineup. The United States, pretty small team, for example, at starters with the tallest being Ivy at 6'7".
Sammy from behind. See if they can get it back into play. Nice rescue by Greece. Not good enough. But that traditionally happens when you send it over free, no matter how heroic it is. It's a free ball for the opponent, and Ivy put the hammer down. So we finally get a point for the USA and a service ace. And now it's 14-3, and we are looking not only at game point, but champion point as well, as this could end the match. And won't. Side out for Greece as they escape death.
What has happened to Greece happened. So they played very good volleyball for a long period of time. Side out, side out, side out. Then they give up a point, and then they give up another right away, and that virtually eliminates them probably from any comeback chance in this match. But they're a young team still trying to emerge on the international scene.
Champion point still at stake here. And the pass back up to the net can't be handled. Side out Greece. Sorensen in the middle. Greece looks shell-shocked.
Well, they haven't blocked the ball well, and you listed their lineup: 6'8", 6'8", 6'9". They have not done enough with their blocking systems in order to get the United States out of sync offensively. And Dan Greenbaum has done a nice job, and for the most part, Fred Sturm's team has passed the ball well.
Brian Ivy's floater went out of bounds. So once again, the USA can't close the door. Miscommunication on the other side of the net, side out for the United States. Duncan Blackman could win it all right here. Nice serve. Good hustle. Oh, nice hustle so they can get it back in. And they do. What a great effort by the USA. Oh, after all that hustle. Spanos goes cross court, right around the defense.
That's a great play by Greenbaum. Samuelson following up. Everybody hustling to the ball, keeping it in play. And Greece able to finally get the side out with a good cross-court crank.
Paintbrush touch does it. Side out for the United States. Sorensen with the service. Game, match, and champion point. Into the net. Kara Maruda serving for Greece. Is 3 serving 14. Soft touch by Samuelson.
I'd say Greece knows this match is about over, the way they're chasing after the ball. But if their head coach was there, he would be screaming at these men to get after the ball.
Oh, an ace! Once again, we see Bob Samuelson get the champion point with a service ace as the United States defeats Greece in game number 3.